Hello students. Students, today we are going to start the very first chapter of class 12th NCERT mathematics, and the name of this chapter will be the relation and functions. Is it to be clear? In this particular chapter, student, there are the two parts are to be there. Firstly, we will introduce with the relation, and then after we will discuss with the functions also. Is it to be clear? Student, in class 11th already you have to just discuss about the relation and functions chapter, where only the definition part of the function is to be get cleared. Is it to be clear? So we will see that concept also. Then after we have to mainly discuss about the various type of relations in this class 12th. So each and every kind of relation is to be there, how the particular relation is to be defined, and how the particular testing process of any kind of relation is to be there. We have to see each and every part in this class 12 mathematics NCERT. Is that to be clear? So basically today, student, we are going to start the very first part of the relation. Is it to be clear? So the relation is what? First of all, we have to just define the relation. So what is the relation? Means we have to just see the basic definition part of the relation. So you can just provide a very proper definition of the relation. And the relation means you can say that any of the numbers, suppose in any set A is to be taken and any other set B is to be there, then any number is to be connected with the any other number of any other set, then this will be defined as the particular kind of relations. Is that to be clear? And we can say that relation is the subset of Cartesian product of two non-empty sets. So basically we are saying that it is a subset of Cartesian product. It is a subset of Cartesian product of two non-empty sets. Two non-empty sets. So a very basic definition is to be written here. It is a subset of Cartesian product of two non-empty sets. Is that to be clear? So basically, student, suppose to understand the definition, we have to know about the Cartesian product as well as the theory of subset. All these things, student, you have to already read in the class 11, but again I am just repeating the things. So suppose we have to take a suitable example. Suppose any set A is to be taken like this. This is any set A, and suppose any set B is to be there, then this is set B. So here this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Here we have to take 4, 5 and 6. Suppose this element 1 is to be get connected with the 4, then we are saying that any of the relation will be defined from the any set A to set B, then the elements of A will get connected with the elements of B. Then this particular kind thing is known as the ordered pair, or you can say that 1 is to be get related with the 4. Now student, we have to make the all possible connection of this 1 to the set B. So basically 1 is to be also get connected with 5, 1 can be also get connected with the 6. Means these are the all possibilities where a set can be connected with the each and every element of B. Similarly, you can say that this 2 is to be get connected with 4, as well as this 2 is get connected with 5, as well as you can say that this 2 is also get connected with the element 6. And similarly you can say that this 3 is to be get connected with 4, as well as 5, as well as 6. So basically here all the kind of the relationship between the numbers from set A to set B is to be given. Now suppose all the relationship we have to just write here, then this type of relationship can be defined like this. Suppose 1 is to be get connected with 4, so we will write here 1 comma 4. Similarly you can write here 1 comma 5, then after we can write here 1 comma 6, because 1 is to be get connected with 4, 5 and 6 in each and every element of set B is to be get connected with the A. So we will write the relationship like in the set of ordered pairs. Is it to be clear? So basically similar case is to be done with the element 2 is connected with 4, as well as 5, as well as 6. So you can write here 2 comma 4, then after 2 comma 5, as well as you can say that this is 2 comma 6. And similarly you can say that this 3 is to be also get connected with 4, 5 and 6. So you can say that this is 3 comma 4, then after we have to write 3 comma 5, then after we have to write 3 comma 6. Is it to be get clear? So basically student, just all the kind of relationship we are mentioning in this particular kind of Cartesian product. And what we are saying in the definition part, we are saying that the subset of Cartesian product of two non-empty set is known as the relation. So this can be defined the Cartesian product, or you can say that any relation is to be there. Is it to be clear? So basically student, the Cartesian product is the set of all ordered pair from set A to set B. Is it to be clear? Now you can take either one ordered pair, either two at a time ordered pair, either three at a time. Means you can take many more ordered pair, 1, 2, 3 like this as per the requirement or as per the definition given. So if each and every ordered pair is to be taken and we have to make the different kind of subsets here, then each and every subset is known as the relation. Is that to be clear? So suppose we have to take another example. Suppose any relation R, or you can write the relation like this also, ARB. What is the meaning of ARB? So basically you can say that ARB will specify that any relation R will be defined from the set A to set B. So how we will read this part? Relation R, we will read this part as relation R defined from A set to B set, defined from set A to set B. Is it to be clear? So this particular relation will be defined from the set A to set B. Is it to be clear? Now student, you can just write down the relation ARB here, and we will write the ARB like this, such that x comma y equals to x plus 3, and you can say that x belongs to the set A and y belongs to the set B. Suppose this kind of relation is to be given here. Student, the very important thing in the case of relation, either the relation can be written in the roster form, or either you can write down any of the relation in the set builder form. You know very well about the roster form as well as the set builder form. There should be no difference in both of the form. Only the written manner is to be changes. So sometime any of the relation will be given like this format also, and sometime the relation will be given in this format also. So there should be no confusion. If you are just understanding which type of format is to be easy for you, then you can convert any set builder form into roster form or roster form into set builder form. There should be no problem, and we will discuss the many more examples also where you can see the things, how the relation is to be given, what should be the basic formatting of the relation, and how the particular relation is to be right, and how the testing process of different kind of relation is to be there. Each and everything we have to just discuss here. So basically, if the relation R from set A to set B is to be given like this, xy such that y equals to x plus 3, then x belongs to A and y belongs to B. Now suppose this particular relation is to be given in roster set builder form, then we will convert this relation into the set builder form. How we will convert? You can take x belongs to the set A. So this is the set A element and these are the elements of set B. So you can take any element x from the set A. Suppose we are taking here 1. Then x is 1, then y is 1 plus 3 will be 4. So you can write the ordered pair 1 comma 4. Is that to be clear? Now the next element 2 we will take here. So if we are taking 2, then 2 plus 3. So 2 plus 3 will be 5. So basically if we are taking the value of x 2, then the value of y will become 5. Is it to be clear? So we have to take right here 5. Next we are saying that if we are taking the x value of x equals to 3, then we will write here 3 comma 6. Now student, you can check very easily whether this particular thing is the subset of this part or not. So we will check whether the elements 1 comma 4, 2 comma 5 and 3 comma 6 are to be coming from the A cross B or not. Then after knowing this part, if these elements are to be coming from this Cartesian product, then we can say that this is taken as the subset. And in the definition part, what we are saying, it is a subset of Cartesian product of two non-empty sets. Means the definition will be get satisfied here. So you can check 1 comma 4. So basically student, the very first element 1 comma 4 means it is to be coming from here. This 2 comma 5. So you can check the 2 comma 5. This is the 2 comma 5. So this 2 comma 5 will be coming from the A cross B. As well as you can say that the 3 comma 6 means this element is also to be coming from the A cross B. So all the element of this particular relation, or you can say that any kind of this particular set of ordered pair will belongs to the A cross B. Means this is taken as the subset of this A cross B. Means you can say that any of the relation will be subset of Cartesian product of the two non-empty sets. Now some of the times student, here suppose only the 3 ordered pair are to be written from the A cross B. Sometime all the ordered pair can be written, and sometime it will be also happen no any kind of ordered pair will be existed. So it will depend on the particular kind of relation. We will discuss that kind of relations also. Is it to be clear? So student, first of all, just we have to understand the definition part. In the definition part, what we are saying? We are saying that any relation is to be defined as the subset of Cartesian product of two non-empty sets, and by using these examples you can just understand this definition part only. Is it to be clear? So you can say that this relation R, so you can say that this relation R is subset of A cross B. This relation is R is subset of A cross B. Is it to be clear? Or you can use here equal to sign also, student, for in general. In general, we can say that the definition part can be written like in this format also. Any relation R will be subset or equals to the A cross B. Sometimes some of the ordered pair we have to take, sometime all the ordered pair we have to take, so we have to use the equal to sign also. Is it to be clear? So the definition part, I think, student, will be clear to each and every student. After that we will discuss some more important information related to the relation also. So note the each and everything that should be written on the board. Pause the video to note it down. Then after, student, we will move to the next part, and in the next part just we have to see the very basic information related to the relation, and after we will move to the next types of relations. So pause the video to note it down, then we will start the next part. So student, any relation means some important information. So any relation R, you can say that any relation R is subset or equals to Cartesian product, Is it to be clear? So basically, student, any of the suppose we are taking any of the relation, then a very basic thing we have to understand here, any relation R is said to be the subset or equals to the Cartesian product, and you can write this thing like also R is subset or equals to A cross B. Now the second important thing, student, just we want to know here, second important thing, suppose we are saying this is the subset of Cartesian product, then student, you know very well how many subsets you can form, from the given two non-empty sets. So we can just this thing, because here easily, student, you can calculate the number of subsets here. So if the number of element in any set A, suppose if the number of elements in set A, is M. Suppose there are M elements, and number of elements in set B is N. Firstly, we are taking if the number of element in set A will be M and the number of element in set A will be N, and suppose any of the relation will be defined from A set to B set, then first of all total number, then the very important thing, then total number of element in A cross B, total number of elements in A cross B is M into N. I think each and every student know very well about this part. Suppose any of the relation will be defined from set A to set B, where the number of element in set A will be M and the number of element in set B will be N, then total number of element in A cross B will be equals to M into N. Is it to be clear? And now the next most important thing, total number of subsets, total number of relations, you can say that total number of relations from A to B, from set A to set B is equals to 2 raised to power M into N. Because student, a very important formula you know very well, I think, because in the class 11 total number of subset is to be obtained just by using the formula 2 raised to power N, and we have to write down each and every subset also there. So basically in this part, total number of relations from A set to B set will be always defined as 2 raised to power M into N. So this thing is the very important for us. And another thing for the relation, let any relation R, let any relation R is defined from A to B, is defined from A set to B set, then what should be the domain, codomain and range? There are three things that should be again the very important for the relation. Means if any of the relation R will be defined from the set A to set B, then how we can say that this is the domain, how the codomain is to be checked, and how the range part is to be checked. Is it to be clear? So we are saying that let any relation R is to be defined from the set A to set B, then the very first part, first element of any Cartesian product, means suppose any of the ordered pairs are to be there in any kind of relation, then in each and every ordered pair the very first element is said to be the domain. Is it to be clear? Means you can say that first element of A cross B is known as domain, element, means this is said to be the domain. Similarly, next part, the you can say that the second element of A cross B, is it to be clear? So you can say that the second element of A cross B is known as range, of the relation. This is said to be the range. And the last one students, suppose any relation is R is to be defined from A set to B set, then whole set B is said to be the codomain of the relation. Whole set B is said to be codomain. Is it to be clear? So basically student, suppose we are discussing any of the relation from A set to B set like this. Suppose you can check this example. So suppose any set A is to be taken here, any set B is to be taken here, 1, 2, 3, this is 4, 5, 6, 7. Suppose, is it to be clear? Suppose the relation R is to be given like this. Suppose this is the any relation from A set to B set, and suppose anyone else ask about the domain, range and codomain, then what should be the answer? So basically we are saying that firstly we have to write down the Cartesian product form, and you can say that the roster form of the relation is to be described according to the given relation. So basically we will write here 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6. So suppose any relation R is to be taken here, then we will write 1, 4, then after 2, 5, and then after we will write 3, 6. Is it to be clear? Now what should be the domain of this relation? So you can say that student, the first element of A cross B. So this is the format of A cross B here. So basically the first element means 1, 2 and 3, means these elements that should be lie in the set A are known as and are said to be the domain element of the set. And what we are saying in the second part, second element of the A cross B is known as the range. So what should be the second element here? 4, 5 and 6, means you can take only these three elements, 4, 5, 6, not 7. Is it to be clear? So only the range part will include the three numbers, that should be 4, 5 and 6. Similarly, the last and very important part for the relation whole set B, means this particular whole set B is said to be the codomain. So the codomain of this relation will be 4, 5, 6 and 7. Is it to be clear? So student, you can just understand the basic difference between the range and codomain also. And a very important relation between the range and codomain is to be defined as, you can see here, range is always subset or equals to codomain. This part is again the very important thing. And student, these are the various type of things related to the class 11th. So you have to keep in mind this thing always. Range is always said to be the subset or equals to the codomain. Is it to be clear? So these kind of some basic informations are to be there, student. You can just understand the each and every information related to the relation. Then we will move to the further kind of relations here. Is it to be clear? So pause the video to note it down the each and every part. And student, just you have to note it down by yourself, because the notes are to be also provided to you. But student, the notes are to be the very important when you are writing. Is it to be clear? then definitely if we have to revise the sometime the revision of the notes is to be there, then if your handwritten notes are to be there, then definitely it will be very beneficial to revise the things. Is it to be clear? So you have to just pause the video to note it down. Then after we will move to the next part, and next part is the basic part of the relation according to the class 12 CBSE NCERT mathematics. That should be the types of relations, means what type of relations are to be there, and just we have to describe the each and every kind of relations where. Is it to be clear? So the next part we are taking the basic types of relations. Types of relations. So student, types of relations we are taking here. So basically types of relations, you can say that the very first relation that should be known as the universal relation. The very first relation is known as the universal relation. Is it to be clear? Next the second relation is said to be the empty relation. Second type of relation is said to be the empty relation. The third type of relation is said to be the identity relation. Identity relation. And student, these relations are to be somewhere not mentioned, but student, we have to know this thing, because in your NCERT exercise mainly the questions will be coming from the next type of relations. Means the fourth type of relation is said to be the reflexive relation. This is said to be the reflexive relation. And next, fifth type of relation is said to be the symmetric relation. This is said to be the symmetric relation. And finally and last one is said to be the transitive relation. Last one is said to be the transitive relation. So basically student, these are the some basic kind of relations are to be there. We will discuss each and every kind of relations in a very systematic way, but according to the CBSE questions and definitely for the examination point of view, if we want to see the basic part, then these three types of relations are to be the very important for us. That should be known as the reflexive relation, symmetric relation, as well as the transitive relation. Is it to be clear? So basically student, we will see these three kind of relations in the second part of the relation video, but today we are just going to discuss about these two kind of relations, that should be known as the universal relation as well as the empty relation. Is it to be clear? So now we will start the relations one by one. We will take the some examples. According to that, definitely you will understand the basic definition. And student, these relations are to be not much more used in this NCERT exercise, and these relations are also said to be the trivial relation. These are said to be the trivial relation. So sometime suppose any word trivial is to be given, then you can say that trivial relations are known as the universal, and empty relations are also said to be the trivial relation. Is it to be clear? Means there are no much more use of these type of relations are to be there. That's why sometimes this type of relation is to be known as the trivial relation also. Is it to be clear? So we will start the particular definition of the each and every kind of relation, and today only just discuss about the universal and empty relation. Then after, in the second part of the relation and function, we will take the very important section that should be also related to our NCERT mathematics also, and that should known as the identity relation, reflexive relation, symmetric relation, and transitive relation. As well as we have to see one more important part, that should be known as the equivalence relation. That should be also known as the equivalence relation. So you can say that the next one, equivalence relation. This is the very important part, student. In the case of equivalence, what we are saying, any relation is said to be the equivalence if any relation is reflexive as well as symmetric as well as the transitive. So on behalf of these three relations, this particular kind of relation is to be also defined. Is it to be clear? So we will introduce this particular equivalence relation also. Is it to be clear? So noted down the each and every part, pause the video to note it down. After that we will start the next and the very important section for the point of view of our NCERT mathematics. Means we have to just describe the each and every kind of relations one by one. What is the universal relation? Then after we will discuss about the empty relation. We have to see the some basic examples, and after that student we will just see the identity, reflexive, symmetric, and transitive in the second part of the video. Is it to be clear? Today's only the trivial relations are to be get discussed here. Is it to be clear? So the next part we are taking And student, just we are defining the any relation that should be known as the universal relation. We will describe the universal relation. What should be the basic meaning of universal relation and how the universal relation is to be get defined here. Suppose we have to take a suitable example. So basically student, we are taking any example here. Suppose any set A and the elements of set A is to be given as 1, 2, 3, and any set B is to be taken as suppose 4, 5 and 6. Any relation R is to be get defined from the set A to set B. And how the particular relation is to be get defined? So you can say that any relation is to be defined from A set to B set, and the relation will be defined like this. Means how the relation is to be get defined? So you can say that here x comma y such that x comma y such that x plus y is less than or equals to 6, as well as x belongs to the set A and y belongs to the set B. Is it to be get clear? Is it to be clear? So and you can say that you can take here x plus y is said to be the 9, less than or equals to 9. Suppose we have to take here 9, no problem. Now the relation is to be given. Now student, we have to just describe which type of relation is to be there. Means the basic type of relations we have to identify here, whether the given relation is universal, whether the empty relation, whether the reflexive or not. Means this type of testing process will be based on the definition part. Means if we have to understood the basic definition part, then definitely student, you will get the concept and you will identify the particular kind of relations here. So now first of all what we are doing here, we are just doing the work where we have to write the each and every kind of ordered pair we have to mention here. Means just the set builder form is to be get converted into the roster form. So basically student, here we have to see this relation between x and y, where x is to be taken from set A and y is to be taken set B. Then firstly suppose we are taking 1 and 4. So 1 plus 4 will be 5 and 5 is less than 9, no problem, it will be satisfied. Similarly 1 5 means again this 1 plus 5 is 6, so again it is to be get satisfied. Similarly 1 6, 1 plus 6 will be 7, means again it is to be get satisfied. So basically we are taking 1 4, 1 5, 1 6. Is it to be clear? Next suppose we are taking the element 2 here, means we have to take the value of x equals to 2. Then which ordered pair are to be possible as per the given rule? X plus y is less than or equals to 9. So basically 2 and 4, 2 plus 4 will be 6. So you can say that 2 comma 4 will be satisfied here. 2 comma 5, 2 plus 5 will be 7. So 2 comma 5 will be also get satisfied. 2 comma 6, so 2 and 6 both should be given as the result 8, and 8 will be the less than 9, no problem. Similarly student, we have to take the next element 3. So we will say that 3 comma 4, because 3 plus 4 will be 7 and 7 is less than 9. Similarly 3 plus 5 will be 8 and 3 plus 5 will be 8, then 8 is less than or equals to 9, no problem. And similarly 3 plus 6 will be 9, so equal to sign is to be also there, so we will write here 3 comma 6. Is it to be clear? Now the student relation is to be get written in the roster form. Is it to be clear? Now you can just imagine the very important thing here. Any A cross B, suppose we are just writing the A cross B, then how the A cross B is to be get written? So basically student, A cross B means firstly we have to take the element 1 and 1 is to be get related with 4, 5 and 6. So if we want to write the 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, then it will be included in the A cross B. Similarly you can write the 2 4, 2 5 and 2 6, and similarly you can also say that 3 5, 3 4, 3 6. This is 3 4, 3 5 and 3 6. We have to write each and everything. Is it to be clear? Now student, you can check the A cross B and this given relation R1. Suppose this is any relation R1. So basically you can just check all possible ordered pair will be included here also. So basically student, universal relation is the relation where all the possible ordered pair of A cross B will be there. Means if any R is equals to A cross B, then this definition, this particular relation R is known as the universal relation. Means all the possible ordered pair of A cross B will be there. So what is the basic definition of relation? Let any relation R is defined from is defined from A to B. Suppose any relation R is to be defined from A to B, then if R equals to A cross B, if R equals to A cross B, then R is said to be universal relation. R is said to be universal relation. So basically student, you can just understand the definition of universal relation. Any kind of relation where all the set of all possible ordered pair of A cross B will lie in that relation, or you can simply say that R will be equals to the A cross B, then this particular relation R is said to be the universal relation. So this is the very basic definition you can just understand here. So any universal relation you can just define here. Suppose we have to take another relation. Suppose we have to take another relation R2, and suppose R2 we have to write like this: xy, and we can say that y is greater than x. Y is greater than x, where x belongs to the set A and y belongs to the set B. Suppose we will discuss about this relation. Now the relation will be get changed here. Another example, and the relation R2 will be also defined from the set A to set B. Is it to be clear? So you can just say that this A set and B set are to be given from the previous example. We are taking the elements, means this relation R2 is to be again defined from the set A to set B. No problem. So basically student, here x comma y such that y is greater than x, where x belongs to the set A and y belongs to the set B. Now you can say that we have to take the some ordered pair. As per the given rule, y is greater than that x. So you can just check the element of y will be coming from the set B, and the element of x will be coming from the set A, and each and every element of set B is always said to be the greater than with respect to the element of set A. So easily student, we will write here 1 comma 4, here we can write 1 comma 5, we can write 1 comma 6, then after you can say that we can write 2 comma 4, 2 comma 5, 2 comma 6, 3 comma 4, 3 comma 5 and 3 comma 6. So we can write each and every possible ordered pair here. There should be no problem. Is it to be clear? So 1 4, 1 5, 1 6, 2 4, 2 5, 2 6, 3 4, 3 5, 3 6. Each and every kind of ordered pair you can say that, means all the possible ordered pair again is to be you can check from here A cross B. All the possible ordered pair are to be mentioned here also. So definitely student, this particular relation R1 and R2 both are said to be the universal relation. Is it to be clear? So I think the definition of universal relation is to be the very simple, and you can just simplify the expression of the given relation, and you can check whether the given relation is said to be the universal relation or not. So this is the basic type of relation. The very first type of relation we are taking as the universal relation, and according to these examples you can just identify whether the given relation is R said to be the universal or not. Means any relation R is said to be universal only in the case whenever all the set of possible ordered pair in A cross B will lie in that relation, then it is said to be the universal. If suppose either of the one ordered pair will not lie, that should be lie in A cross B but it should not lie here, then definitely it not said to be the universal. Means for the universal relation, it is the compulsory that all possible ordered pair will be lie. Is it to be clear? So this is the basic part of the universal relation. So easily student, any of the relation is to be given from A set to B set, then definitely you can identify whether it is said to be the universal or not. Is it to be clear? Now the second relation student we will take, but before that you have to pause the video to note it down. After that we will take the next type of relation, that should be known as the empty relation. That should be known as the empty relation, and we will see what is the basic part of empty relation, how the particular empty relation is to be get defined. So each and everything we will just discuss here, but before that you have to pause the video to note it down each and every part written on the board, and the basic definition part you have to keep in mind always, because as per the definition you can just recognize the each and every part, and you can just recognize the given relation whether it is the universal or not. Is that to be clear? So next type of relation, student, we will take here. So next type of relation, or you can say that the second type of relation we are taking, that should be known as the empty relation. That should be known as the empty relation. So what should be the meaning of empty relation, student? Here, empty relation. So empty means you can say that no particular kind of ordered pair will be lie. So any relation is said to be the empty relation if you will say that no any kind of particular element of set A is to be get related to the set B. Never. Is that to be clear? So such type of relations are also sometime defined. There should be no particular use of that kind of relations, but sometime these type of relations are to be defined. Then we have to know the basic type of relations, means what type of relations is to be there. So suppose to understand the definition, we have to take an suitable example, and suppose any set A we are taking again, and suppose the element of this A set will be taken as 1, 2, 3, and suppose any set B we will take here 4, 5, 6. Is it to be clear? And suppose any relation R1 is to be defined from the set A to set B, and the relation should be written like this: x comma y such that x is greater than y, where x belongs to the set A and y belongs to the set B. Is it to be clear? Now student, again a very simple case we are just taking, means any of the relation will be defined from the set A to set B. We are taking here x comma y such that x is greater than y, where x belongs to the set A and y belongs to the set B. Now we are taking these type of set builder form relation. So now student, we will check whether the given rule is what. Firstly we have to just see the rule between the x and y, means the ordered pair will be existed in this particular kind of roster form, will satisfy the given rule x greater than y. But you can check the set A and set B, because here x belongs to the set A and y belongs to the set B. So first of all we have to just see this thing. Any element A is to be coming from the set A, and any element y coming from the set B, then no element of this particular set will be greater than this of B set. Means neither, because here 1, 2, 3 and here 4, 5, 6. Is it to be clear? Means neither of any element of set A will be greater than that of the set B. Means in this particular kind of relation, you can just simplify this relation R1, then it should be represented by a symbol phi. So basically student, here phi is always the symbol of empty relation. Phi is always the symbol of empty set or empty relation. Is it to be clear? And in the case of empty relation, no any kind of ordered pair will be existed. Is it to be clear? So basically student, here in the definition part, any relation are defined from A to B, defined from A set to B set. Is it to be clear? Suppose any of the relation are defined from A to B is said to be empty relation if no ordered pair or no particular element of A is to be related with the element of B. Means no single element of A will be related to the element of set B. So any relation R defined from set A to set B is said to be empty, is said to be empty relation, is said to be empty relation if no particular element of A set, of set A is get related with element of set B. Is it to be clear? So in general you can just see the definition, and you can see the written language, and you can just understand the language, because here just we want to know that and I want to say that there will be no particular kind of ordered pair will be mentioned. Is it to be clear? And generally it is to be represented by phi. Generally you can mention this thing, generally it is represented by represented by a symbol phi, by a symbol phi. And I think each and every student know very well about this symbol phi. Phi means automatically you can say that this is the case of empty relation. Is it to be clear? So such kind of relations are said to be the empty relation, you know very well. Suppose again we have to take any other example. Suppose any relation suppose any set A is to be given, set of students, or you can say that set of students or you can take in other way. Suppose any set A will represent the all boys student of a school, means suppose any set A we are taking all boys student of a school. Suppose this particular set A is to be given and any relation A is to be defined from the set A to set A. Sometime and in many of the cases in our NCERT, student, any of the set only A is to be given, then only set A is to be given and it is to be said relation is to be defined on set A. Then we have to see that any relation is defined from set A to A, then we have to calculate the A cross A always. So basically in this kind of relation R, this is to be defined on set A, means you can say that this is defined from the set A to set A. And how this particular relation is to be get defined? XY, such that X is sister of Y. X is sister of Y. Suppose this kind of relation is to be given. Now student, what is a set? First of all we have to see this thing. All boys student means no girl is to be there. Then what can you say about this particular kind of relation, whether any kind of ordered pair is to be existed or not? So basically student, here set A will represent the all boy student and here the relation is to be given as XY such that X is the sister of Y, means we have to write the male and female here. Is it to be clear? X is sister of Y, so X is the female and Y is the male. But here in the set A, no female is to be there, means no particular boy is to be the get sister of another boy. So basically this is said to be the example, means this R will be taken as the phi. So easily student you can describe the various kind of relations. So many kind of relations are to be you can also make where empty relation means no particular kind of ordered pair will be existed where. Is it to be clear? So today student we have to just discuss about these two kind of relations that should be known as the universal relation as well as the empty relation. Sometimes these relations are said to be the trivial relations, so we have to keep in mind this thing also. Suppose some names are to be get disturbed anywhere, so just empty relation and universal relation is said to be the trivial relation. Is it to be clear? Now a very important thing, one more important thing I want to let any relation R defined on set A, then the very important thing student, this R will be the subset or equals to A cross A. This thing is to be the very important here. Suppose here we are saying that let any relation R defined on set A, then what we are saying, this is the R is subset or equals to A cross A, means this is to be defined from the A to A. And the second thing, total number of relations. So how the total number of relations are to be obtained? Suppose here number of element in set A will be n, then it will be represent, total number of relations will be defined as 2 raised to power n of A multiply with n of A, means number of element in set A and number of element in set A, because in A cross A the number of element will be presented as per the that ordered pair we have to write the. So suppose here we have to write the 2 raised to power n square if number of element, if we will take number of element in set A will be equals to n. Is it to be clear? So it will be n into n, so it will be 2 raised to power n square. So we have to keep in mind this thing always. And the remaining part you can also specify here. So sometime any of the relation will be defined from set A to set A, then it is also said to be the relation on set A. Is it to be clear? So there should be no confusion related to this thing also. Sometimes suppose any of the relation will be not defined from two different set. Suppose any set A is to be given, then it should be taken as the A to A. Is it to be clear? So there should be no problem to identify this thing. So student, in this video we have to just discuss about the basic two kind of relations that should be known as the empty relation as well as the universal relation, and these are not much more use of these type of relations in your NCERT, but we have to keep in the mind in the definition part always. Suppose anywhere there should be any requirement, then you can just check whether that these relations are to be get or not. Is it to be clear? So now student, we will just discuss the next part of the relations, and that should be the second part of the relation, that should be based on the different some remaining kind of relations we have to discuss, and that will be very important section. So in the next video student, you have to just learn the basic kind of relations like identity relation, reflexive relation, symmetric relation and transitive relation. So each and every kind of relation is to be get very important in the next video. So you have to just see the each and every kind of definition, and this is the basic introduction part of the relation, you can say. Now the very important part we will discuss in the lecture number 2 of relation and function, where definitely student all the questions of your NCERT will be get solved after seeing the next video. Otherwise you will not able to solve each and every question of NCERT exercise 1.1, and we will see the many questions also in the NCERT exercise where any of the relation is to be there, then what type of relations are there and how the testing process of any relation is to be get done. Is it to be clear? So thank you student. In the next video, the very important section related to the types of relations we will discuss, that should be based on the identity relation, reflexive relation, symmetric relation as well as the transitive relation. Is it to be clear? So thank you. We will meet with more information related to the types of relations in the next video.